God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son so that you could be interesting. I want you to think about every movie, every fairy tale, every play that you've ever been drawn into, the kind you could not turn away, and you'll find at the center there is a character. Some man, some woman who is being taken through trials, who's been taken through turnarounds, who has once had a once upon a time happy existence, but who's had to start making sense of what's inside of them in light of the circumstances they've been in. Hasn't your life been the same way? What if God is the author and the finisher of your faith? What if it is true, as it was said of the Apostle Paul said of the Corinthians, that you're like a letter, you're like an epistle that people read? Well, in the Asbury Seminary Doctor of Ministry program, we believe that one of the important exercises for leaders in the midst of life, in the midst of ministry, is to map what God has been doing in their lives in the past, what he's doing in their lives in the present, and even to lean in to determine, where's the plot going? Is it thickening? Is it thinning? Is God at work in my present to propel me into some dramatic future? Well, of course he is. What we think you ought to know about it. So we have introduced into some of the coursework a spiritual mapping process that has you reflecting on your past, your present, your future. You're going to write your own autobiography. We call it the auto-ethnography process. We're going to let you ask questions of your upbringing and your cultural influence, your leadership influence, your theological lineage. One layer at a time, we will take the basis of your chronology, your narrative, and probe these very important social pieces that allow you to connect your story to other people's stories. Over the last 20 years, there's been lots of debates about character, from presidential politics right down to how to educate children in elementary school. And the key feature has been, what shall we do to help folks get character? I don't think that God approaches it that way. I think God is making us characters. And what we do with those opportunities reveals what is there, and how we cooperate will determine what becomes of us next. If God's the author and the finisher of your faith, you want to know what that story is like. In the Asbury Seminary Doctor of Ministry program, we're going to use the auto-ethnography process to help you get on top of that and to help you convert that as a ministry tool to help other leaders and staff and family members in your life also get some sense of perspective and stewardship over their lives as well.